When visitors walk into Quatrefoil and Laurel, they will step into a technological world wrapped in education, thanks to the museum's senior exhibit designer, Roula Tsapalas.
What we learn about is the watershed. And so some of the information is printed and other things are projected and actually animated. You know, what happens in a museum is fluid and everybody can do it differently, but it's like you're creating this environment, this book, this movie that has so many facets to it.
Before becoming the senior exhibit designer for the museum, Tsapalas studied architecture at the University of Maryland. She says her love for art encouraged her to explore the field.
Even though I was very into art and thought I knew about art, I didn't know anything about architecture and didn't really know much about the design process. And they said, you know, what you've learned here is only going to get you through maybe the first 25% of what they really do in the field.
Upon graduating from UMD, she went on to work for a large architecture firm in Baltimore. There, she picked up valuable skills like problem solving.
That needed to be so much coordination that you had to be a communicator. And then the second thing was that it takes a while, it takes a long time. Development, it doesn't just happen the first time.
After several years in Baltimore, she left the field briefly to work for a nonprofit in Washington, D.C. Tsapalas worked with Head Start families, where she was able to use her background in architecture to teach others.
Education around art and architecture. So the idea was to work with young kids, but also their adults in their lives, so their parents, their teachers, their social workers, to help them see art and architecture through what they called visual literacy, which is just teaching them to look. So it's all these observation skills.
Now at the museum, Tsapalas is designing interactive experiences for both young and old visitors in Laurel.
I think it may be for them to recognize something in themselves, I think very much about their own creativity, their own way of looking at things, and their own way of doing something afterwards, like leaving a museum and feeling like they want to look things up or they want to make something that's like that.
She hopes all visitors will build upon their knowledge from her exhibits. For Laurel TV, Stephanie Johnson.